Hello and how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest gaming news, rumors, and speculation. And like usual when it comes to Bethesda news or discoveries, we gotta mix some of that confirmed information as well as some of that ye old speculation as well. And in terms of speculation today, it's actually pretty solid this time, and perhaps paints a more complete picture as to just how huge and ambitious Starfield might be, because quite a few different Bethesda developers now have said that this game is very ambitious, Todd Howard included, and some devs even went as far as saying that Starfield perhaps could be the most ambitious thing in gaming yet. And with all this in mind, I believe the community may have just discovered exactly how ambitious Starfield could be, including a hint at all the various different things we might be able to actually do in this game. Remember though, you'll need some of that speculation skooma for this video, so go ahead and get it. I'll wait. So this was recently sent my way on the official Skullzi Island Discord server, which you should totally join, by the way, because of its various enticing traits such as Skullzi, official, server, and island. The person that shared this with me didn't want to be named or identified though, because they probably have a bounty somewhere and are trying to avoid the Imperial prison until they at least pick up that one Dark Brotherhood quest. But this is basically what happened. Recently, a community member lurked the ancient halls of LinkedIn, searching the very scrolls of professional personal information for any clues they could find on Starfield and beyond. And on one of the scrolls, they discovered something actually quite interesting. Something that I believe, if true, is the exact reason Bethesda are saying this game could be one of the most ambitious games ever. And it all starts right here.
And it starts right now!
Alan Naines has been with Bethesda Game Studios since the Dawn era, before Talos himself even walked Tamriel. He has been with Bethesda for so long now that he worked on literally almost anything and everything they've done in that entire time period, so it's safe to say he is an integral part of what makes Bethesda Game Studios special, and he is one of the pieces that, when placed together, helps give Bethesda Game Studios RPGs their identity and charm. If he suddenly left the studio, for example, a change in the vibe and dynamic of their games would most certainly be felt, even if it was just low-key. And what does Ellen do exactly, and why is he so important? Well, as we can see here on LinkedIn, he does character and story development, scripting, dialogue implementation, world design, game systems design, and balancing. So basically a little bit of everything. He is very talented across many different skill sets, and up here it states that his most recent and current project is on Bethesda Game Studios' next AAA IP title in a lead position of some variety. And we all know their next game is Starfield, so clearly Ellen is holding a lead position within Starfield's development process, literally its entire development process, which means that his vision and personal influence in regards to the game and what he would like it to be will no doubt be visible and palpable within Starfield itself. Sure, a lot of people worked on Starfield and are still working on the game, but devs in lead positions, especially developers as experienced and multi-skilled like Ellen, will influence the game to a larger degree, and one that no doubt will be felt. So with all this in mind, if we perhaps had a better idea as to the type of game Ellen has been wanting to make his entire career, and perhaps the type of game that he would want Starfield to be, then we'd be able to get a better idea as to what Starfield even is, right? Right? Well, you're in luck, because we have exactly that. And by the way, Todd Howard himself also said a long time ago, even back at the beginning of his career in gaming, that a sci-fi space RPG like Starfield is his dream project, the game he truly has been wanting to create. And if that for some reason doesn't get you hyped, just wait, because there is more. In a pre-Skyrim interview, several Bethesda Game Studios developers were interviewed about Skyrim and other various things like their memories and insights from working on previous Bethesda games. Also things like their homemade skooma berry compote recipes. But what I want to focus on in today's video is none other than Captain General Dr. Pilot Alan Naines was questioned in this interview, and behold, one of the very questions he was asked is, what is a game that you dream about making? What is basically your game dream project? And his response, low fantasy, steampunk, cyberpunk, far future sci-fi, etc. Basically science fiction with galactic exploration, like Starflight, only with much deeper RPG elements. Boom! Ellen drops the mic right on all our skooma bottles, and now he owes us a bunch of money in damages, but he also pays that debt off immediately with some of that good old-fashioned hype. He too has been wanting to make a game like Starfield for many years now, and is again quoted as saying it is his dream project. And like Todd Howard, he's been part of Bethesda Game Studios for a very long time. Maybe not as long as Todd, but quite a long time still. With so many various Bethesda Game Studios developers now being quoted as saying Starfield is basically their dream project, it's beginning to make a lot more sense here why Bethesda is willing to take the risk with this new IP and not immediately make the Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 5 like the community would have wanted. It's literally the game they've been wanting to make for many, many years now, and no doubt this passion and interest will be obvious in Starfield. This is what gets me hyped more than anything else, and if you're still not hyped, just wait, because there's more. What is Starflight? Well, it's a game that's before many gamers' times, certainly before many people who are listening or watching this video's time, and it's a game basically from the late 1980s, but it was also a game that was massively ambitious, especially for its time. Starflight in many ways was an early version of a Bethesda Game Studios game, at least in terms of just how open-ended the game was. Basically, you could do anything that you'd want to do. You can explore space, you can do massive trade deals, you can get into combat, you can manage your ship. It aimed to basically be the Starfield of the late 1980s, and in many ways influenced Bethesda Game Studios' first actual attempt at Starfield, called The 10th Planet, which was in development in the late 80s and early 90s, and The 10th Planet 2 was a game so ambitious for its time that it was actually impossible to make, and almost bankrupted Bethesda, as the technology to make that game didn't quite exist yet back then. But it totally does now, and Bethesda won't hold back at all with Starfield. As if they were willing to push the boundary and push the limit with The 10th Planet before, they definitely will now when the technology to bring this game to life actually exists. Combine this with massive Microsoft funding and technological support, alongside the fact that this game is so many of the Bethesda devs' long-time dream project, and I'd say it's safe to say that you should totally be hyped for this game now, if you're not already. And if you already are, your hype should definitely level up to a whole nother level, because if you're a fan of Bethesda Game Studios or RPGs in general, I can almost guarantee Starfield will be something special, and in just over a year from the time of me uploading this video, we'll finally get to find out just how special this game is for ourselves. Starfield will not only showcase the future of a new and upgraded Bethesda Game Studios game, but at the same time it may very well showcase the future of RPGs as well, showing us what is capable when masters of the RPG genre like Bethesda get the combined support of a giant like Microsoft, two companies who have had a very close and helpful working relationship for numerous console generations in the past, and a bond that will only get stronger and more beneficial in the years to come. This is truly the start of not only a golden age for Bethesda and Microsoft, but also a golden age of gaming as a whole. And if Starfield is truly the modern equivalent to Starflight, we'll be able to do almost anything in this game. We'll be able to explore space, find planets and star systems not discovered by mankind yet, and catalog them for ourselves. We'll be able to find better trade deals, find something that's perhaps cheap in one location and sell it for 5 times the price in another location, affecting the real-time changing global economy in Starfield. We'll be able to hunt bounties, we'll be able to be a space pirate, we'll be able to run around and explore cities, we'll be able to perhaps drive a rover around on the planet, we'll be able to meet new and interesting alien races, and, like I said, this might be speculation at least here at the end of the video, but if Starfield is supposed to truly be a modern Starflight, then we'll be able to do all this and more in this game, and that gets me even more hyped. But that's going to finish up everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. As always, if you enjoy the content and if you're hyped for Starfield, be sure to give a video a thumbs up because it helps the channel out a lot, and if you want to stay in the know when it comes to the latest gaming news, be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss the latest uploads. And lastly, if you want to support the channel and the community, be sure to support the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, and here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member, as well as sharing the video, because sharing the video is the best way to help grow a community and a channel. Links for all this and more are down in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when the hype is truly assuming direct control this time. Every time it is. Every time!